you know, perfect, like Japanese, like, you know, rock garden or anything.
It
But
looks
as long as
great.
Yeah, as long as it's nice and flat, nice and smooth, you don't have huge mountains and low valleys. It's gonna be all right. So, for example, like right here, this bed in my opinion is doing pretty good, ready for planting. This bed can use
Yay, bed number 1. Woohoo!
a bit more management. And
It's not flat.
yeah, this one the trenches got in there. When we have the lines to outline the edges of the bed, but now that we have this thing like almost a foot inside the thing, we don't have like a straight line.
There's a valley, I see it.
It's okay, but
There's a valley.
what I was kind of saying, it's not a bad thing to do the trenches, but in my opinion, it's not necessary.
Yeah, it's not really the farm stew way to do the trenches, but can we understand what you guys were thinking with the trenches? Is there something we should know?
Yes.
Ma'am, can you please, I need interpret.
Okay, somebody help me.
Kailangan ng trenches.
Para ma-absorb agad yung water.
For water to run off, because it rains
We
so
have
much.
small drainage on that.
Yeah. Now, I think in this culture with your monsoon and your rain,
Yeah.
it's probably a good idea. It's something new to me. Can you translate?
Bago daw siya, parang bago daw
Ano
siya.
Mamaya ikaw trim.
But a lot of things in FARMSTEW we are learning from local people. So that's good that we can learn, because in your culture with the amount of rain you get, maybe that is necessary here. So let's stick with it, and like one thing we can do is run an experiment. Somebody can translate loudly, please.
So, sanay si wala yun.
Yeah, you're good. You're a trainer.
Sa Pilipinas naman daw po ay maulan dahil sa ating lugar sa ano. So, baka daw po necessary or baka kailangan yung trenches. So, pwede daw pong magsagawa ng experiment kung anong mas efficient, kung may trench or kung wala.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, so that's one thing with agriculture. You're always experimenting.
True. That's right.
So that looks great, guys. Good job. I'm curious, have people seen, like, up in the jungle, is anybody farming like this?
Jungle.
Bundok ba ginagawa to? Ng mga katutubo. Yeah.
They do it already? So they know?
It all depends on the location.
Kasi sa bundok,
Depende on the weather.
Depende sa area.
This is for lowland. This is a lot for
The village is
a flat area.
So how would you make a flat area up on the mountain?
There's no need. I think they just farm on the lower parts of the mountain. Kasi mas mababa.
One thing, you know, yesterday we saw some corn just kind of planted on the hillside, but generally speaking, your annuals and your like vegetable crops will be done on a flat area. If you want to cultivate the mountainside, your perennials, your trees,
Yeah.
your fruits, rice as well on the mountain, on the side.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
Upland
rice. Okay, so you guys know better than I do on that.
Yeah.
Typically in the United States, if we can't you know, bring equipment, if we can't actually work, if it's too steep, we'll plant fruit trees. You know, things like this that we don't need to always be working and weeding and cultivating, right? So that's one way to think about land use as well. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and plant this bed here. Actually, do you want to just super quickly talk about the like kitchen garden idea as we're looking at it?
Sure. Can I get Jay? Do you want to come help me translate?
I'm here beside you.
Jay! I thought you were there. You were like... Okay, so with this idea of these garden beds, we talked about a kitchen garden, so it would be close to your kitchen, where the woman is cooking for the men.
Okay, yung ating daw pong gagawin garden, usually ay ito yung sa mga bahay na which is sa mga likod lang or sa area ng sa bahay.
And one of the things we're going to talk about this afternoon saw it briefly, is eating the rainbow. Remember the different colors of fruits and vegetables?
Yun. Kasi yung ating pinakang point dito na gagawin, magtatanim tayo ng ibang klase ng pagkain ng prutas. Which is yun nga, yung parang rainbow ang itsura niya.
Steven, did you talk about the 3 different kinds of crops? Okay. Okay, so in your lesson in the farming module,
Okay, sa ating lesson daw sa farming module,
the very first lesson is called Labor of Love.
yung ating unang lesson, which is ayun nga, yung labor of love.
And we talk about the 4 types of fruits and vegetables.
Okay, yung tinatalakay doon yung 4 na klase ng mga gulay.
And these 4 types are important for a few different reasons. One is nutrition, but also the agriculture.
Okay, ayun yung pinakang basic, ayun yung pinakang importante para sa ating nutrition at sa ating agriculture.
And a person that is trained in agriculture will make this much more complicated, but at FARMSTEW we want to make things simple so people can remember it.
Okay, kasi para sa mga nag-agriculture, medyo mahirap siya maintindihan, pero sa atin, is gagawin natin yung pinakamas madali.
Okay, so our 4 types of vegetables, the first is the greens. These are brassica crops, like cabbage, collards, and they're also, it's kind of neat, they're called cruciferous crops because their first leaves make the shape of a cross.
Okay, yung ating mga unang gagawin, yung katulad ng mga berdeng gulay o yung mga tumutubo sa ilalim ng lupa. No? Kasi sila yung mas madali natin makatubo dito.
And again, we always are bringing in the spiritual, and it's really neat because these leaves that shape the cross, those crops are the ones that are the most purifying. They pull out cancer and toxins from our bodies, just like the cross pulls sin out of our lives. The cruciferous crops help us fight cancer and keep our bodies healthy.
Okay, yung mga ganyung basic na pagkain na yun, na mga nutrition na ganung pagkain, siya yung mga pangunahin na pagkain na may magandang benepisyo sa ating kalusugan. Hindi lang ito yung nagbibigay sa atin ng pagdating sa kalusugan, pati yung ating spiritual na pamumuhay. So, katulad yan, pag tayo ay may magandang pangangatawan at sa pamagitan nito mga tamang nutrition na to, is nag-enhance, tumutulong din ito para sa ating magandang kabuhayan.
It's actually the flower of those crops, you know, that produces the 4 leaves that are in the shape of a cross.
Okay, katulad ng mga bulaklak. So, meron siyang mga magandang ibinibigay din sa atin, no? Hindi lang sa pamamagitan ng mga gulay natin dyan.
So, what are some of the local cruciferous vegetables that people eat here in the Philippines or here in Mindoro?
Ano ba yung mga lagi, yung mga dito, common na dito na kinakain natin? Ha? Yeah. Mga green leaf, yeah.
Green leaf?
Green leaves,
Yeah. Local spinach, no? We have here. Oo. And
I think they have broccoli.
sitaw, string beans, and
Not beans. Beans are in a different family. So
Oh,
we're
yeah.
talking about the green leafy vegetables.
Green leafy.
yung mga dahon sa atin, mga pechay, yeah. Ano ba yung pechay in English? We call it pechay, but
It's okay. Is it a green leafy
yeah,
vegetable?
it's
I don't have to know. God has so many fruits and vegetables. That's what's fun about going to different places in the world. Okay, the second group of plants is the beans.
Okay, yung pangalawa dito is yung mga beans, mga buto-buto.
And those beans are very special because not only do they help you have how many extra years of life do you get if you eat beans every day? You remember?
Alam niyo ba na ilang taon na nadadagdag sa ating buhay pag tayo kumakain ng mga buto-buto?
No, not 10.
Not
If you eat,
10,
if
hindi
you eat
10.
beans every day, you get how many? Anybody want to guess? Less than 10. Very close. We're getting warm.
7.
4. Okay, just eating beans every day. 4 extra years of life.
So
Wow.
imagine, pag kumakain kayo ng beans everyday, 4 na taon na dadagdag sa buhay.
But the other wonderful thing about beans is that not only do they build your body, but they build the soil.
Yun, hindi lang yung ating katawan na
Nitrogen.
nakikinabang pag kumakain tayo ng beans, pati daw yung lupa nakikinabang din.
You know, when people buy fertilizer, do you know what element they are usually trying to buy?
Kaya yung mga bumibili ng mga fertilizer, hindi natin alam kung anong klase mga fertilizer yung ginagamit.
What element are they trying to buy?
So,
Nitrogen.
yung element na yun?
Nitrogen.
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 Okay, thank you.
Actually, yung diesel,
So what do the beans do related to nitrogen? Who knows?
ano daw yung beans na related
Mongo.
sa nitrogen?
Mongo.
Mongo. It's like soybeans.
Peanuts.
Mongo. Mongo. M-U-N-G-O.
Mongo.
That's mongo, the soybeans. But I guess my question is, the beans, the whole family of beans, they do something really amazing. And that is they fix nitrogen. They take nitrogen, it's out of the air, right, Stephen?
Yes.
They take nitrogen out of the air that you and I are breathing right now, that we can't use for protein. They take it out of the air and they plant it in the soil. It's in these little nodules on their roots.
Yung beans pala na yun, yung kanong klase ng beans na yun, siya pala yung bibigay din ng nitrogen. Hindi siya bibigay din sa atin kung ano yung ating nilalanghap na yun. Imagine, I just knew it.
You just learned it.
Yeah.
See, we're both nutritionists. They don't teach nutritionists these things. So the nutritionist and the agronomist, we have to work together.
Yeah. Kami, mga nutritionist kami, at kasama namin magtatrabaho dito, yung mga agronomists, actually we already have agronomists.
Yeah. So the agronomist can tell us about, am I right? The nitrogen, where's the agronomist?
Sino yung agronomist dito? Si ano ang pangalan niya? Mercy.
Okay, Mercy, am I right about the nitrogen?
Mercy, tama ba siya about tungkol dun sa nitrogen na sinasabi niya?
Yeah. So it's free fertilizer. Yeah, Mercy, come on over. The beans, when you plant them, it's like free fertilizer, right?
Yes, because it has a nitrogen-fixing bacteria from the roots.
Exactly. Nitrogen-fixing bacteria. So it pulls the nitrogen into the soil. Okay, so let's remember that when we talk about crop rotation, okay? The next type of fruit and vegetables is the fruits. These are fruiting vegetables like cucumbers, pumpkins, including nightshades like tomatoes, peppers, and eggplants. And the flowers on these plants are followed by the development of a fruit. So you see first the flower and then the fruit comes out. That's how you know it's a fruit. And the seeds are inside. Okay, so those fruits, those are important to think of as a separate group. So what do we have so far? The first one is